the water lines, why wouldn't we do that?
You have a magnet. That green thing is a magnet.
This is two magnets, two very, very strong magnets. These are experimental magnets. We can help the plants to develop anywhere between 200 and 600% more crop, with anywhere between 200 and 600% more nutrient density. Oh, this is known, and this is we are experimenting with it here. But in addition to more nutrients, more crop, the crop doesn't spoil. It's so healthy that you don't lose your crop in your refrigerator or on the way to market. So what we're doing is talking about increasing the production of food with virtually no outlay of money and with zero chemicals. Zero chemicals. The only thing is you have to keep adding more good nutrients, more compost, more fertilizer, for instance, cow or chicken dung, to the soil, because the plants take so much nutrition out and put it into the fruits and vegetables that you have to make sure you're continuing to upgrade the soil. But an organic farmer does that. A biodynamic farmer does that. You never plant something without adding more than the last crop took out. That's part of improving the soil. Here's a tomato. Now this plant was dying. It had tiny, tiny, tiny little white parasites on the back called white flies. So the leaves all looked like this. So I decided that I didn't know how to cure white flies. I went to the internet, I looked it up, and I came up with something that made sense, and I developed a formula. These are the old leaves. This is what they used to look like. And I came out here and I sprayed it. I didn't work. This is an experimental field. And so what happened was that for one day the plant looked extremely droopy, and then it said, "Oh, thank you." It got rid of all the parasites, and you see this lush, abundant growth. Again, that one was soap, organic soap, dishwashing soap, and not olive oil, and fresh, organic, unheated, natural coconut oil. I put it in a spray bottle.
Soap and coconut oil.
And I went, and my plants thanked me. And the tomatoes from this plant, I have to tell you, it's a pity they're not ripe and you can't taste one right now. They are as sweet as if they were candy. I've never had tomatoes like this. Now, why are we doing this? Well, this is a very dry garden, needs water badly. It should be watered every day. Any child can grow a 4x4 garden. Any aged person can grow a 4x4 garden, carefully tended with the crops rotated. A garden like this can supply a family of 4 with food essentially forever at virtually no cost.
With one of these?
Maybe 5 minutes a day.
With one of these?
With one of these. You don't have room? Put it on your patio. You don't
have the plastic
to divide it.
Ah, divide it. Okay.
This is one plant of escarole in there. This is an avocado plant from a seed, which we will transplant. This is...
You rotate them.
Oh, absolutely. Crop rotation is essential.
Like every month?
Whenever you... For instance, I harvested a cauliflower here. And I left the cauliflower stalk here to remind me that the next plant that I put here must not be in the Brassiaceae or cauliflower cabbage family. Because if there is a disease in the soil that attacks Brassiaceae, the next crop must be something different. Tomatoes, for instance, or lechuga, lettuce, or kale, so that that pest or that bacteria or virus won't have a chance to grow. And we teach crop rotation. This is red Russian kale. You cut these off, you steam them, they are superb. This is red cabbage. Beautiful. This will make a magnificent purple or red cabbage. And then what happens to the leaves? They become compost. They become fermented food, which then becomes your food because the plants have taken up the nutrient and put it into your body.
Fertilizante.
Exactly, exactly. Now, this variety of tomato is not happy. We have about 38 varieties of organic open pollinated tomatoes. This one, this is the third of the particular variety that we've planted. It doesn't like whatever it's getting in the soil. The pH isn't right, or the amount of lime isn't right. So instead of just pulling it out, what we're doing is working with it. We're putting different inputs in, keeping close record. And, oh, by the way, the governor and his wife of Panama, I'm sorry, say that again, the governor and his wife of Chiriquí have asked us to teach this system to the children of Chiriquí. When school goes back in session in about 6 weeks, we already have 78 high schools that have asked us to come teach their children in Chiriquí. Yes.